Yo, so, did you? Well, I guess you see it every day, or maybe not every day, but you see it. But there's a fucking church. Like, why is that? There's a church right on the 75 out here in Atlanta, 75 North. It's just big as shit. Like, it's the biggest church that I've ever seen in my life.
Know like where the fuck he's going. He's only been here for a short while.
I'm very good with direction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Once I see something, like I could get back to Lenox Mall right now without no GPS.
I don't believe him.
I can.
I'm gonna test him tomorrow.
I'm not going there. Niggas get shot there. And die. I'm not going to Lenox Mall ever again. You will never see me there. Ever again. But, so I'm on the we're on the 75. Boom, 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 boom. No, but there's a freaking, like, there's a church right on the 75 North, like, going towards, like, I guess where you live at. Mm-hmm. And I see this church. I'm like, yo, that church big as shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this shit look like Hogwarts. Like, that shit was big as fuck. And I'm like wondering, why is it so big?
So like, what you're saying is they perform or practice witchcraft in this church because of the size. Is that what you're saying?
Possibly. Put it this way. This church is so big. God.
What if they're like providing affordable housing for those who are in need? You know what I'm saying? It's also a church and a shelter. I know this church. I'm sure that everyone that travels north, 75 North, is aware of this church. On your right hand side, it's massive. I don't know what they do there. I don't know what type of denomination they practice or anything, but it's massive. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, damn, why you need this much church? Like,
that's a lot of land. You know what
I'm saying, like,
Harry Potter's definitely in that.
It looks
church.
like it definitely has a dungeon.
Yeah.
This church has a basement.
Just think about that. Like, it has a dungeon. But this church is so big. Just imagine, like, God came out of the sky and said, damn, this is a big ass church. God came out of the sky and said that. He said, God damn, this is a big ass church. He said that. Quotes, I promise you, when he saw the size of that church.
I mean, at that point, they would have to explain, like, what's going on. Like, why you need all of this space.
Ho. Why Pastor need a new car? Pastor need a new church.
See, you just
Pastor
now
need a
you
new car.
getting some shit I ain't gonna
Pastor need a new house.
Cause, yeah.
You better calm down.
And he do.
Pastor need a new plane.
He don't need a new plane, bro.
Pastor need a new plane.
I won't do this. I will not be struck down for this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like you need to spread the word, it's for you.
You know what I forgot though?
Huh?
This is the Unsolicited Culture Podcast.
You never asked for this, but we're bringing it to you. It is Unsolicited Culture.
Damn with your fumble words. Goddamn with your fat ass tongue. Stumbling over your words.
Well, you know.
Oh shit. God damn.
Alright, you said
God damn it.
You did it. You did it.
Oh Lord.
You did it.
No, but yes, this is the
Fat
Unsolicited. Nope, I can't do it.
Alright.
This is the Unsolicited Culture Podcast, episode 12. We are back.
We back.
It's Reese here. And to the left of me we have...
It's Infy. INFY. Don't ever fucking ask me what my name is because I've been saying it to you all these times on the podcast. I spell it for you guys. It's Infy. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's what it is. If you get it wrong, then fuck you and your mama hoe.
Damn, why mama gotta be a hoe though?
I didn't say that your mom was a hoe. I said fuck you and your mama hoe. So I'm reverting back to you, calling you a hoe. Your mama not a hoe.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if your mama was a hoe, then she was a hoe.
I guess that's true.
Period.
I guess that's true. Yo, do you ever think about that? Like, how many mamas out here was hoes?
I don't want to.
Like, because that's crazy.
I feel like if I started to think about that and judge that, then I would have to judge my mom. It's only right? And I don't want to think.
No, but your mom may not be a
she may not be a hoe, but she just might. No.
I
I don't want to think about it.
Damn, how many people out here thought about like their mom's whole tendencies? Like, if that was a thing?
Don't think about it. She's a loving woman. She gave birth to you. Don't think about it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
We won't go there.
Save that. Like, that's a special place. Like,
but Xavier Omar told me to say it.
All right, if your mom was a hoe and you know she was a hoe and you can't like hide the fact that she was a hoe, okay. But if your mom was like, she just had good pussy, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, this is
We gotta get out of
touchy.
this.
We gotta get out of here. I got a mama, and she young and she listening.
We gotta get out of this.
Yeah, she gonna yell at
You know
me.
what I'm
Let me
saying?
get out of this.
God damn it.
Let me get out of
I
here.
don't care. I don't really care if pussy was good or not.
We can talk about other people's mama though.
We can.
So look, right? So as a kid, right? I like when we were growing up. I had this one homie. Well, he was a homie then, not a homie now. Fuck that.
Yep.
Right? But basically, growing up, like when I walked in his mama's house, it was always like super dark in there, like that dim ass lighting. She had the glass on all the walls so you could see. She had black leather couches. She had Black Panthers all over that shit.
Yeah.
That green marble that all them black mamas used to have.
Yep.
I was like, yo, like back then, I was like, oh, your mom got the dope house. This joint cool.
Nah, you weren't ready for it.
And then I watched Baby Boy, and I was like, I realized, oh, that's how her house looked. Oh shit, his
Good
mama was a
pussy
hoe.
house.
That's
Good
a good
pussy
pussy
household.
house. Yeah.
This is the home of good pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the house. And then the
My
crazy.
mom just recently started following this.
Your mom? Oh yeah, she followed me.
She did.
Shout out to Mama Johnson.
No, it's not even her last name.
Oh damn it.
But-
Fuck it. What's her last name?
It doesn't matter because
Okay.
she started following us and she's gonna get these notifications and she's gonna see me talking about good pussy. And obviously she knows. Like, you have to know.
Yeah.
You gotta know.
Yeah, you gotta know by now. Like, it's fine, I guess.
apologize because you have to see me talking about good pussy.
I talked to my mom about it the other day, like how I'm like on this podcast. I'm like, Mom, you gotta stop listening now. Like at this
Just
point,
tune out.
because I'm about to start saying a lot
Yeah.
of things like
You
you
know what I'm
don't
saying?
want to hear.
Right. Just
She
tune
said,
out.
I'm gonna listen. I said, no, I don't want you to listen.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But you know my mom young, so she just whatever. But so my mom cool, but it's just like I still don't want you to hear it. But another way,
Shout out to our mamas.
how do you? I was thinking this one time. Back to Baby Boy again. Remember Baby Boy? His mom
Here we
had a
go.
garden.
See, we about to go here. This is a rabbit hole.
This is a rabbit hole. Yes.
We about to go down it though. Go tell me.
All right. So Baby Boy mom, right? She got a garden, right?
Mm-hmm. Example number 2.
Example number 2. Erica Badu.
Mm-hmm.
She got a garden,
Okay.
right?
Has that been confirmed?
This has been confirmed.
Okay.
I've seen it on her Instagram before.
All What else?
Oprah definitely got a garden.
Yeah.
I'm going there. I'm
Oprah?
doing it.
All right.
Rabbit hole.
All right.
All of these women
They have gardens.
have gardens. All of these women.
So Janae Aiko, she must have a garden.
Janae Aiko
I'm pretty sure she
definitely has a garden.
She definitely has a garden.
Yeah,
Right?
she definitely has a. If not, she loves plants.
And the moral to this story is
Women with gardens have good pussy.
bow.
100%.
Bow.
There's no way around it.
Bow.
I cannot see why not. They're very meticulous. They gotta have a lot of upkeep. You know what I mean? If you could keep a plant alive,
Nurture,
you could
nature.
nurture.
Whew.
Just imagine what they have to do with themselves. We already know what Erica Badu does.
I mean, she's pretty much sold it.
We seen
The scent.
we seen what
It's
you know.
sold out.
We seen what Baby Boy Mama had that gay nigga doing in the movie. Vin Rain's gay. He had that nigga hopping around like a fucking frog.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
well.
Oprah got Stedman. He ain't even trying to even marry her. Nigga, shut up. Sit down in the back. You gonna get this and these motherfucking books I got. And you gonna shut the fuck up and sit in the back.
Well, I mean,
And the way Janae talk and the way Big Sean is and the way Big
Janae,
Sean
I'm
be
sold
talking.
on that. See, I wasn't really sold on Oprah. You know
You
what I'm
gotta
saying?
be sold on Oprah.
Because, I'm sorry, I would just be shutting the fuck up and taking them checks too.
Nah, that ain't the money.
I would just be shutting the fuck up and taking them checks too.
Stedman could go get money elsewhere.
Shutting the fuck up. Where's
Ain't he a
Stedman gonna go
doctor?
get money?
Ain't he a doctor?
Who the fuck is Stedman?
Alright, I guess.
Exactly.
That nigga
I was
definitely
shutting the
walking
fuck
dogs,
up and taking them checks too. And then who else we had? Baby boy.
Baby boy mama.
That was all acting.
I can't remember her name.
Even although, like, I get the moral of the story, but Vin Rames was definitely doing it for a check.
Yeah, remember he licked baby boy head? He said, "I'll make you get on your knees and fix it." I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why did he do that? Like, don't like that wasn't even acting no more." Too far. Oh man, I definitely know I'm about to get canceled. Ain't this a bitch?
I just want y'all to know. It's like candy.
Yo. Baby. Yo, I saw this meme. It was funny as shit. It said, ESPN about to start playing Baby Boy.
Definitely. They ain't gonna have no
There's
show.
no more sports to play.
I mean, all this shit canceled. Mind you, we're shooting right now, waist deep in fucking coronavirus. I don't know where you are in the world right now or what's going on. Hopefully you guys are safe and sound and you are protecting yourself at all costs.
We had to do it for the culture.
We did. We definitely had to do it for the culture. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time right now. But again, hopefully you guys are coming out on the other end of this and you're healthy and you're good and you are in a great space. I mean,
Hopefully by the time this episode come out, it's gone or something, or we got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, this episode got a couple weeks before it comes out.
Fingers crossed.
You know?
Fingers crossed. But it's definitely been a crazy time. So we definitely feel the need to acknowledge that, or at least, you know, I do. We have to acknowledge what's going on. And again, hopefully you guys are taking this serious and you are taking the necessary precautions to keep yourself and your family safe. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Wash your hands. You know, get some hand sanitizer on deck. Stop buying toilet paper because that don't do nothing. Maybe it'll be a new thing by then.
All that good stuff. I think I definitely have to share this experience. Like, I don't think we've ever really had like a national crisis to this extent, right?
This isn't even a national crisis.
It's a world crisis, right?
A world
crisis to this extent. We've survived like just different natural disasters, Hurricane Katrina, earthquakes, you know, what happened in Puerto Rico, what happened in Haiti. You know, we've seen that go down, but something that's happening all across the world to the point where, you know, we are running short of supplies in the store. Particularly I had to go buy toilet paper. We don't know what's going on. We just trying to survive right now, right? Yeah. I just needed a couple rolls, to be quite honest. You know, needed a few rolls of toilet paper. So me, I work every day, a regular job. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have the time necessarily to be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go and stock up on toilet paper today, unless it's my off day. So with the time that's been granted, I decided to go, you know, and get some toilet paper this morning. And I thought that would be an easy task. I get there, there's a whole line, like, motherfuckers is camped out like they waiting for sneakers. Yep.
Toilet paper is the new supreme.
Waiting for Target to open, right? So I'm sure Target on an everyday basis, they're never worried about restocking their entire supply of toilet tissue or flushable wipes. So we get in and I'm kind of like brolic with it. I grab my cart real aggressively because it's a whole line here. Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Like, why y'all waiting outside? All right, this is how it's going to be. I'm already prepared. I'm a sneakerhead. I'm used to camping for shoes. I know how you got to move when the fucking shit open. You know what I'm saying? So I get in there, and I ran into a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm sorry. You know? Kept going.
You aggressively said, I'm sorry.
Like,
nigga, I'm sorry.
You know what this is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to do. You see them, right? This whole line. So I get to, you know, the back of the section where the toilet paper is. Everything's wiped out, my nigga. Everything's wiped out. They're only stocking. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm gonna give Target the benefit of the doubt and just say they're only stocking what they received in shipment that morning, right?
Yeah.
So they're only stocking like 24 18-pack shit that I wouldn't normally buy.
Yeah, I don't need
because it's just one of me here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not buying a fucking 24-pack. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? It's excessive. That $15, $20, $30. I'm like, damn, like either you guys are only stocking what you're getting in, or you're capitalizing on this shit.
Yeah.
Then not only that, like you just notice things. Like I observe things. This white lady has like 3 18-packs of, you know, Cottonelle, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, she could be like sincerely panicking, like I don't know when this is gonna end. I just want to make sure me and my family have enough tissue to wipe their asses. Cool.
There's not enough ass in the world.
Cool.
For that.
Even if you're thinking that way, all right, fine. Give you the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, you have to also be thinking, yo, this shit is coming. The 3 that you just took may have been the only 3 that they got in stock today.
Yeah.
So you're taking all 3 of them, and you're capitalizing on that. Who's to say that you're not selling that? Like, oh, hey, Sandra, I have some tissue. You know, I'll give it to you for $1. You know, like some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like, cause people are thinking about money. I'm even thinking about money. I'm thinking about ways that I can, you know, get a little side bag on my time off.
Yeah, I just saw some shit where it was like this guy bought like all this like boxes and boxes and boxes of hand sanitizer, and he was selling them on Amazon for like $70 or something like that, and Amazon shut his ass down, and now he has all this hand sanitizer just
that he probably gonna
that he can't sell.
He gonna get it
Oh,
off.
he gonna get it off, but the thing is, he ended up going there and they were like, "Do you feel bad about it?" He said, "No."
He doesn't. We live in a capitalist. If some of you only knew, and this is taking a whole different turn, but honestly, if some of you only knew like the extent that America goes through to capitalize on situations, it would hurt your heart. But like to see it and just be like this woman got out.
Nigga, they have Martin Luther King's Day sales. That's capitalization at its finest. This nigga died.
Yo, obviously, in my eyes, this woman is doing well. You know what I'm saying? She left. We left the store at the same time. She left, hopped into her nice new 2019 Mercedes-Benz truck, and drove off. Like, she's good. In my eyes, she's good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she's doing exactly or whatever, but at face value, she's good. Greed is what's going to fucking kill us as a people. We're so fucking greedy. We're so greedy. Even in me telling you I hit boy, you know, I had to be brolic because at the end of the day, like when you're coming down to a situation where you really have to fucking survive or die, like it's gonna be me and mine over you, nigga. But like, we don't have to be greedy in the first place to even get to that point. We don't. Like, even if you felt like, yo, I don't know, like, how long this is going to last or when we're going to recover. I just want to make sure my people are good. You can. You could have bought one.
Yep.
And made sure I highly doubt that you in a situation where all of y'all going to run through that toilet paper in a matter of a week, bro.
You don't need 54 rolls.
In a matter of a week, you know what I'm saying? If you can't let somebody else grab that so they good, so that y'all can come back the next week and deal with the supply, then you know what I'm saying? Then you're foul to me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the crazy thing that ended up coming out was there's not a shortage. Right? There's not a shortage. They're
still getting it in.
There's not a shortage of food. There's not a shortage of toilet paper. There's not a shortage of much of that stuff.
Nobody is saying that this shit is being cut off. It's not coming in the States. Y'all gotta stock up on all the tissue you can get because it's not coming in. Nobody is saying that to y'all. Yeah. So why are you guys being this way?
It's to the point where it's like, I know back in LA, like some of the grocery stores are saying that like they're doing like elderly hours. Like
we gonna make sure y'all get this first
time frame.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then y'all, you know, to get out so y'all don't have to deal with the hysteria.
And all I'm saying is be observant at this time. Look and see what the fuck is going on and what people are doing and what their actions are. Yo, we got Duce on deck. Who want to come chill? You know what I'm saying? Like, just look at people's actions.
But you can't use my toilet paper. I'm just playing.
Y'all not reusing toilet paper?
No, I'm just playing. No, it was just like, we got to say y'all gonna come through, but you can't use my
Bring your own toilet paper?
Bring your own toilet paper. BYOT.
Bring your own toilet paper.
Bring your own toilet paper parties. Oh, it's about to be lit. Don't even bring a bottle to my crib. Like, if I have a party at my crib, bring some toilet paper. That's your entry.
Nah.
That's your entry to get in.
Nah. Definitely bring your own fucking bottle. 2 of them, okay?
Yeah.
I got the TP. We gonna use the TP until it run out. You know what I mean?
And then I'll go get some more. I'll figure it out.
What's the problem? What is the problem? But my 2 cents. Stop being fucking greedy. That was a white woman, by the way. It wasn't one of us. I don't know if that helps, but
I saw some
stop being fucking greedy.
I saw some shit where it basically was like, it was basically 2 things. Charlamagne put something out like that, and then this guy named Rizza Islam. And they basically were saying, like, these type of situations, the people that panic are the people that never had to deal with anything. People that weren't poor. People that live in the projects. That people that, you know, didn't have to, like, survive their whole lives. You know what I mean? People that live off of oodles and noodles that are 10 cents a fucking bag. People that live off of, you know, Kool-Aid or whatever it may be at some point in time in their life. Not saying that you do it now, but it's like certain things like that where we live off of that. So we always find a way to survive. It doesn't matter what it is.
If you don't live life every day, in my personal opinion, let me, you know, provide that disclaimer. If you don't live life every day at the mercy of God, high power, source, whatever you choose to call it, if you don't live life every day at the mercy of that, you really not living to me. Yeah. If you live life every day just like regular, like, oh, I'm supposed to get up today, not even acknowledging like
why or how,
the blessing in you waking up this morning and you having life, like, wow, I've seen so many people go in their sleep, nigga. Yeah. Not even expecting it. Like, if you don't live life every day like that, just appreciative of life, hell yeah, you gonna crumble at this time. I was in the DG, Dollar General, gang. I went there first for my toilet paper, thinking like, oh, nobody's thinking about the Dollar General. It's $1. Why is nobody thinking about it? Hell yeah, everybody thinking about getting it. So I went to the DG and this chick was just like spazzing out. She on the phone with her mom, just like spazzing out. Oh my god, I'm about to have an anxiety attack. You know what I'm saying? And like, why I get it, like I have anxiety. Like, while I understand it, over just things not being on the shelf and things being different and it being like a presence of crisis or whatever. Yeah. Like, if you don't have faith in something and you don't have a strong mind, you're gonna fold, nigga. Like, it made me so mad to see her in that state because it's like, why are you being this weak-minded? This was a black woman, a young black woman. Like, you clearly don't know what you've come from. Yeah. And the things that we've overcome, to even sickness, brutality, none of the shit that we've even overcome to be here today. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So even if it is your time, whenever it's your time, bro, it's your time. You're not running from it. We're not invincible. You have to believe that. As much of this shit out here in the world to make you feel as great as you feel, nigga, you're not invincible. At all. Unless you have, you know, found the trick. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of weird shit today. Not even weird. There's a lot of just things that that are unknown to us. You know what I'm saying? That we don't necessarily have access to even start to believe in. But outside of that, you're not invincible. So if you don't have faith in whatever it is you choose to call it, you're going to fucking fold. Yeah. And stop doing that shit. Stop doing it. Like, she made me so hot. I didn't know this woman from, you know, Adam or Eve, but she made me so fucking hot because she was being so weak-minded. Like, bitch, what the fuck? You were a young black woman. Stand up on that. If anything else, you know what I'm saying?
Pop your ass in that shower and wipe that booty.
Wash your ass. Go take a shower. Wash your fucking ass, bitch, and calm down.
But definitely don't shower at her house because she got shitty washcloths. So
I don't know if she got toilet paper. She could have gotten toilet paper by now. Maybe she got some TP. Stop hogging the fucking TP too.
Yeah. Chill out. Let's you know, count our blessings, you know, and understand why we're here on a day-to-day basis. More importantly than, trying to take advantage of people or just worry about yourself. It's the most important thing. And so, yeah, like, once again, count your blessings. Like, make sure that, we're doing those types of things. And just
put the energy out there that you want to receive, man.
And be thankful for life.
Be thankful for life every day.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there's no real way to kind of, like, switch into this topic, or any segue. So we just want to get right into it. Hard turn. Nigga, you crashed with that goddamn turn. You crashed with that turn.
I didn't do it the right way?
No, you did. You just crashed.
I mean.
But,
I thought that was a proper,
Yeah. Loyalty, though. Right?
Loyalty.
Like, when it comes to,
loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyal to the soil.
Go ahead.
All the way around, I'm loyal. I got money in me and I'm loyal.
I got money in my pocket,
I'm loyal.
That's some real shit, though. Like, think about that. If I got money in my pocket and I'm loyal.
And I got choices.
And I got choice. That's what I mean. I got options.
Nah.
You know I'm fucking with you, for real.
Okay, so something was presented to me recently. There's a difference between being loyal and being faithful. Now, this was just like all like mind blowing to me. Like, I had never even drawn a comparison between the two.
Okay.
All right?
Because you have to paint this picture to me the same question.
But apparently, there's a difference between loyalty and being faithful. So you can be loyal, right? So this person said pretty much like you can be loyal. You can be out here in the streets doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Being whomever you like to be. But you go home at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely going home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To whoever. But then there's being faithful. Being out here and bitch, what? Like, ooh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Decline.
Yeah.
Bae's at home or Bae's right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm faithful. I don't care what is out here happening in the streets. Even if I'm present, I'm faithful to this person. Nothing's going down without them.
So that's not the same thing
exactly
as going home or being
loyal? No.
So what do you mean?
Because you can be out here being loyal, entertaining Reese, you got your waves on swim, so they hate on him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Reese, I like your waves. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and you like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
There's a difference. You can entertain that type of
kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Boom. You can entertain that, and you can still go home at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're faithful, you know what I'm saying? There's none other. You can be like, ooh, Reese with the waves on swimming. You like, nah, bitch, relax.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
You know what I'm saying?
That's me. That's me. I'm that type. I'm like, I didn't even see you. You said something?
What you talking about?
Did you hear that?
Don't talk about my hair.
This ain't yours. It's my hair. And my girl hair. She not here right now.
Period.
Say her.
Period.
Yeah, like that's me.
So, I just learned the difference between the two. Like, I've never really thought about the comparison.
I ain't either.
You know what I'm saying? And then when this person broke it down for me, I was like, damn, you're right. Like, party out here with a whole song about being loyal, but you could be loyal and go home and still entertain a bunch of bullshit.
Which he was doing in that video.
But you could be faithful and, you know, be where you at and nothing else compares. You don't even see anything else. All you thinking about is, you know, what's for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing was just that, like, loyalty versus being faithful. What do you believe in? What do you subscribe to?
Well, you already know where I subscribe.
Well, tell us what you subscribe to.
I think for me, like, when it comes to just, you know, I didn't know there was a difference, right? I kind of would lump them two in the same, and now I understand where you're kind of coming from with it. And I still, me personally, in my own personal everyday life, I still would lump them in the same. I could see where they're explaining that.
Yeah.
You know, and just making that, you know, that just differentiating the two.
Mm-hmm.
But I still would like to lump them in the same.
No,
for me,
you can't.
Right? Well, the reason I'm lumping them in the same, and it's not off of the definition of the person that painted it to you. I'm still painting it into the picture of like where I'm coming from, because I'm still, like I said, I'm that person that right now I am in a relationship.
Okay.
Right? I plan on being in this relationship just as far as I can see.
Okay.
Right? So.
Shout out to babe.
Right? Me and, you know, her and I, like, basically, like, the way that we operate, you know, we're very, very comfortable with each other.
Okay.
Right? But we're not tired of each other.
Okay.
We're not, you know, that you know how when you get into a relationship and you just get too comfortable, right? We're not there. So like the good thing with us, like we're always excited to see each other.
Okay.
We're always excited to be around each other. Yes, obviously at times things can get a little much or whatever it may be. It's always going to be that type of stuff.
Right.
But it's not something where on a continuous basis it's just like, all right, like when don't I have to be around her? When
Right.
don't I have to see her? When do I get my free time?
Right.
Right, like those type of things that people always look for,
Right.
right? And I'm not to say that those types of things aren't going to come, right? There's a possibility where those things will definitely be a situation where it's like, all right, I need my free time now, right? But it's just like when those things come, you know, they just come, right?
Yeah.
We'll get through it or whatever it may be. Because one thing I can definitely say with our relationship is we talk a lot,
Okay.
right? We use our words. We
Okay.
communicate very, very intelligently with each other with a lot of different things, whether it be like our feelings, whether it be with our dislikes, whether it be when we're agitated, when we're angry, whatever it may be, or our, you know, whatever it may be. We just talk to each other and we use our words to explain it to get those things out.
Okay.
Right? So we know that we're dealing with a grown up, right? And we're not just dealing with some childish relationship.
Okay.
Right? So when it comes to like disloyalty or being loyal and being faithful, I think with her and I, like we have this such a
strong presence of communication.
Yeah, such a strong presence of communication between the two. I like to lump it all because loyal to me is very important. Being loyal to somebody.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just talking about what the word loyal is,
Of course.
right? You know what I mean? Like I feel like loyal is that. Like, you know, the definition of loyal is just basically, you know, kind of just, you know, sticking to your guns almost in a sense, like
Right.
what you have and not, you know, straying away. And I feel like faithful is the exact same thing. Like I understand the explanation, and you know, if I had to differentiate between the two, if I had to choose one, I definitely would pick the faithful side of things.
Okay.
But I like to lump those two in the same because of that. But it's also because of the relationship that I'm in now. I can say in other relationships I've done other things.
Okay. So right. So with you saying that, now I would like
the
to
other relationships thing.
No.
Oh.
With you just, you know,
Everything said.
Right, describing where you are now in this particular relationship, I would like to ask, is there a difference? Because I feel as though your description was one of just like human being to human being. Now, is there a difference between what a man would consider loyalty and a woman would consider loyalty? Because I personally feel like this came from a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like only a woman could kind of split the two, right?
Yeah.
and differentiate the two. Like, nah, this is what faithful means, and this is what being loyal means.
Yeah, there's a different type of understanding.
Is there a different understanding now? Men think. Can you generalize like? Can you say like, yeah, men may think that being loyal is enough, because now it's a matter of how it measures up.
Yeah.
Does loyalty trump being faithful?
I'll put it this way. I don't think there's a difference between loyalty and faithfulness. Well, if we're using those definitions, yes, there's a difference. But I don't want to place it on men and women. Okay. If I had to differentiate it, it would be toxic and non-toxic.
Okay.
Right? Because I think there's toxic men, there's toxic women, and then there's non-toxic men and non-toxic women.
Okay.
Right? So there's this, basically the way I look at things now I used to be very toxic. Gaslighting, you know, all that type of shit that you can do, you know, as a human being, which is available for men as well as available for women to do those types of things.
Right.
Being toxic is available for men as well as for women.
Right.
I don't want to base it on me having a penis compared to a vagina.
Okay.
On the way I act. It's a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of information.
Okay.
Right? So, and a lack of vulnerability. Right? I feel like as men, obviously, as we talked about before, growing up, you know, we're taught certain things.
True.
Right? Not even just as men, but as black people just in general.
True.
We're kind of taught these roles and how you should act and how you should be.
And I know a lot of, like, metrosexual white guys and just, like, you know, other race guys overall that, shit, they got a lot of, you know, in our culture, what we consider just, like, you know, different ways. They got a lot of different ways, but they are totally heterosexual men. But yes, just saying that I agree to your point. As a culture, we have a certain way that we perceive what a man should be, right?
Yeah, and I think basically what we need to really start doing is like identifying what our toxic traits are. Right. And I had to do that myself, and we have to do those deep dives and things like that. Some people need to go out and talk to others about it. And like I've said multiple times on this podcast, that's what this is for me. Like, I use this podcast to get things out or talk things through or whatever it may be, because I want to have those conversations to see where I'm at in my life, what I'm doing in my life, things like that. And I use it in my everyday life as well. I don't just talk about these things. I apply them. Right? And that's a lot of things where a lot of people may talk about it, but they don't apply those types of things. Right? So that's where, once again, it just continues that toxic behavior and allows those types of things and allow these conversations to continue to be fueled on, and we can't move forward. Right? So there's a lot of things where I look at that, and I do try to differentiate it between men and women, and put it more so on our traits and behaviors. Just because of the I don't want to put it on everybody, but as a whole, we've been taught a lot of wrong things. You know what I mean? I don't want to put it on, you know, that. Like, I definitely, you know, thank my parents for raising me the way they raised me. But there was some toxic things there that I've seen. Right? And it's not because of things that they said maybe, but it's things that you see around them. Right? So it's like we just pick up on things. We're sponges, you know, at that, you know, in those, you know, adolescent ages. So when those types of things happen, we just pick up on them. It's not like they're doing it on purpose, but going forward, we see those things and you keep it away. Like, nowadays, people are beating their children less. You know what I mean? When you beat somebody, what does that turn into as an adult? You're going to beat people. Right? And our parents got beat way more than we did. So then, you know,
or at least just think that a physical expression of anger is a dominant expression of anger. I agree with you, of course, as always, to a certain extent. I definitely do, because I feel like, and willingly admitting that I may be one of the maybe least knowledgeable people on the matter. I definitely feel that as a culture, you know, black people, African American people are living in trauma. Very much still to this day. And a lot of them don't know what that even means or can't even process that. But we're living in the ways of people that have lived generations before. Like, we're feeling the impact of things that have occurred generations before us. You know what I'm saying? And we're like figuring out how to deal with that. And first and foremost, it's okay. Yeah.
We didn't learn discipline from ourselves, right? We didn't learn physical discipline from ourselves. We learned it from
just things that we've experienced and encountered as a culture, right?
Right.
Definitely. And it's okay. And it's also okay to figure out what works best for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the most important. Like, that's some dope shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
What works for you? It's okay. And it may not, you know, you in finding that out, you may not find out that it is the most positive thing You know what I'm saying? And that's just life. Like, as much as good things exist on this earth and on this planet and in this world, there's you have to know that there's just as many bad things that go on. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Don't fucking cap that shit. Finding out what works for you, you may find out that, you know, you just into some dark shit. Hopefully there's something that can get you on the other side, but if not, we have to know and acknowledge that those things exist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's more so just figuring out what the fuck works for you. You know what I'm saying? And not being tied and bound to these traumatic experiences. Yeah, these narratives and these traumatic experiences that we've been through.
Especially like, you know, like the TV that we watch, right? Like they paint these different narratives on a day-to-day basis that, you know, unfortunately, right, you may not say that you're doing these types of things in your life, but your mind is feeding into these things. You know, your subconscious is. Yes. Right? So later on down the line, it could be 3-4 years, that show is dead and gone, but you're bringing up, you know, something that you might have seen on that TV show or whatever it may be. So it's like a whole different type of thing. We have to realize, you know, the type of stuff that we're putting into our bodies, you know, in our minds at the same time. So not only can you be out here, you know, the healthiest person when it comes to a physical aspect, but your mind may be fucking, you know,
everything.
Dead.
Yeah, everything that you digest. Every fucking thing that you digest is something, you know, that you've put into your mental, into your physical, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But I think you definitely hit it on the head with that, like, find what works for you.
What works for you, bro?
That makes
sense. Stop letting people box you in to be in a specific group. Why do you want to be in a specific group? Ask yourself that. Why do you want to be in this category? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Live for you. That's like, we live other people's lives so much, man. Like, we live people's lives so much out here, like, you know, what they expect from us. And I'm talking about your parents. I'm not talking about your friends. I'm not talking about, you know, what society says. Things like that. Our parents, like, your parent, like,
that's where
they're not living your lives.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to live this life. Right. You have to get through on a day-to-day basis, comfortable, clear, you know, mind clear and happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing. Like,
those are only shared experiences. Shared experiences to me aren't meant to be taken to as a guide for you or as a blueprint for you to walk in those same footsteps. Shared experiences are just this knowledge for something for you to know that's occurred in the past, and now you move the way that you have to move the way you want to. If you don't move the way you want to, you're only living a life that has been designed for you to live. And what, to me, like, what type of life is that?
Yeah,
like,
and that's not what we're here for at all.
Nah, you gotta live you gotta follow your own path. You have to follow your own journey. So,
and when it comes to that, again, find what works for you.
What works for you? City girls, period. So, while we're on the topic of, like, just like loyalty and
what works for you,
faithfulness, how do you feel about polyamory? Like, if you were in a position where you can have, like, a few of them things, you know what I'm saying? A couple of them.
A whole busload of them.
You know what I'm saying? Just a few of them that was with the vibes. They was like, yo, we sister wives. To the day we die. You know what I'm saying? Casket drop. Like, would you find yourself in that situation ever? Like, could you see yourself could you see yourself sharing your energy? Because me, like, personally, I feel like sharing yourself and sharing energy with someone is exhausting as fuck. Yes. So for people for those of you out there who you're sharing your energy with multiple people in one day, like, I commend you.
Yeah.
I cannot do that shit.
You know what's crazy? I've never been able to really feel it or understand energy per se.
Okay.
And I have as of recent.
Okay.
Right? I've started to understand energy and started to feel it and started to feel being like, I understand being excited around some.
Okay.
I understand being negative around others.
Right.
I understand like being fucking just tired of others. Like certain things, like how my mood just changes in certain atmospheres.
Right.
Right. And I'm starting to understand like the energy conversation. I really grew up like not understanding that until I'm 30 years old. Like I'm understanding it now, right? And I'm seeing that, and that's where like this conversation per se, I look at it in 3 different ways.
Okay.
Right. I feel like there's a way to look at it from a energy standpoint. There's a way to look at it from a just mental standpoint.
Okay.
And then there's a way to look at it from a financial standpoint.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So there's a lot of factors when it comes to, something like this.
Elaborate.
Right? So let's touch on the first, right? An energy standpoint. Obviously, like we just kind of touched on, the energy has to be right.
Right.
You have to be, if it's multiple people, right? If it's a guy, with whoever he chooses to be with, or a woman, whoever they choose to be with, that energy that you get from one person, that other person have to give you that same energy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It has to be on par, and then also that energy between that other person that you have and that other person that you have has to also correlate as well.
Right.
They have to be in line.
Right.
Right? So
Right.
all of those energies creates that love triangle. Right?
Right.
So if all of those energies work, then it works, right?
Right.
Amazing. Good for you guys.
Yes.
But that's something that you'll have to take into consideration. Right? How do you think what do you think about that? And then we'll get into the others.
Okay, for me, I feel like any being that can be in a polyamorous relationship has way more energy than I do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm lazy as fuck.
Okay.
Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple. If me and you, we have a good connection, our energy is clean, is positive, we flowing, why am I gonna add anything more to that? And not just that, not just like, why am I going to add anything more to that? Why am I going to add another element that doesn't align with this? Why am I even out here looking for anything if it doesn't align? Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to shut myself out to the possibilities, right? I don't know what this great universe has for me.
Yeah.
If it has a polygamous relationship for me, I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm here. But if it doesn't make sense for me, like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna share myself with multiple people, and it makes no fucking sense.
Great.
Because I'm sharing my energy, I'm sharing myself, I'm sharing my thoughts, I'm sharing everything, every little thing to me that counts, every little thing to me that people don't necessarily measure as something that's something of value.
Yeah.
To me, it counts. Like, I don't want to be spending my fucking time with you.
Yeah.
If I don't feel like it's a plus sign to me. I don't want to be spending my fucking time with you.
And for me, right?
If I don't feel like it's a plus sign to me.
Yeah.
Period.
And for me, I'm such a, like, I've come to learn about myself. I'm such a conversationalist, right? That I would love to sit down. Like, I like having conversations with women just in general because I don't really like having conversations with men. I think men that I've experienced in my life, not to say that there's others that aren't out there, but the ones that I've experienced in my life, it's very minuscule conversations, right? There's not really much depth to the conversation. And I feel like women, once again, you always hear that thing about women, mature more, faster than men and things like that, so conversations are a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Not to say that's really a thing, but once again, it's those narratives that we kind of touched on. But when I talk to women, I learn something. I think it's just a different thought process, right? That I'm getting.
Yes.
Right. I think that's maybe
not one that's reached faster, but one that is
just different,
just completely different than what you're thinking about.
Right. So I'm
for
getting
obvious
that.
reasons.
Right, and I would love to share energy with anybody that has an opinion, right? So it doesn't have to be anything, right, when it comes to physical or whatever it may be, but definitely like anybody that has like any sort of like strong opinion on things or can talk about any sort of conversation or put their 2 cents in wherever.
Fair.
So I love that. So it opens up like certain conversations for me, right? Where am I interested? Am I not interested? I know when I was younger, I was all for it. I was all for it. I was super interested.
For the right or the wrong reasons, do you feel like now?
Wrong reasons.
Okay, right.
Wrong reasons for sure, because you think, oh, you're the man, you're just gonna have two women,
right. See, here's my thing, like,
goofy shit.
Even two, even three, like, if there's a fucking tribe of us, if we're all together.
That's a cult.
Oh, wow. See, I knew it was gonna be taken the wrong way. You can't say a tribe without motherfuckers thinking like you
Charles Manson over here.
No. If there's like a community of us working towards something of value and like something that's positive and not just like bullshit, bro. Not just like what, like, I don't want to say this and it can be spun a whole bunch of different ways.
Well,
like
I don't want to spun regardless.
Regardless, right? Like, but I don't want this to be like, oh, like, yeah, you just want a bunch of bitches to grow flowers or some weird shit like that. No,
they
like,
love gardens and these type of
right? Nah, if we honestly can come together as a force to make some monumental things happen or some real things happen in this world,
and it doesn't always have to be sexual.
Not at all.
Right? Like,
not
like
even
you
thinking
said,
of that.
Like, that's the thing. Like you're saying, it could be literally if you're trying to achieve something.
Sexual or physical, just our energies coming together to progress the human being or to that is beneficial to the human being. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Why not? What are we harming this world doing? Like, how are we harming this world being together or coming together as a collective? Yeah. And if it turns into something physical,
cool.
Hey. You know what I'm saying?
See, then we got nasty, and then we took it all the way back, and we lost everything we just said.
We didn't lose it.
No, I'm just saying, but that's how people. That's the spin.
Still, bow. That's our stamp. We're making our mark. Mm-hmm. But hey,
But that's the spin.
We have chemistry. We have physical chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. If it works for you in your situation, you find yourself producing something good from it, rather than something that's toxic or just like having another meaningless, pointless relationship. Would be like a lot of you motherfuckers have pointless fucking relationships. Just the two of you. The two of you shouldn't be together.
That's for sure.
The two of you need to stop.
Yeah, y'all need to be solo dolo.
Separate. You know what I'm saying? The two of you just need to be cut. You know what I'm saying? If we can come together, a few of us to come together, then it's good. And we're producing good, and what's the problem?
Yeah,
I'm not shutting myself out to that possibility, but it has to be like the right situation. Yeah. It can't just be some like random shit, and I'm just trying to put these bitches together and fuck them all.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to do
goofy
that.
Shit.
Yeah, it has to make sense.
So if we had, I'm a little tipsy, so I'm trying to remember the three. So we had, I know financial was one, energy was one. What was the other?
Energy.
Fuck, I'm a little tipsy.
Fuck, nigga. Why you asking me?
Regardless. I mean, let's go on the financial part.
How do you feel? Oh, financial?
Shit, because I mean, honestly, like, that's another thing. You gotta, like...
You're right.
What's that situation?
I think
it could be good and it could be bad.
Right, and I think that's a part of what, like, my scenario was. If we're all coming together, if I meet somebody and I'm with somebody else, I meet somebody and I'm with them in a relationship, and we find somebody and we're like, yo, this person adds value to what our two energies are putting out in the world, and that value is them adding financial value to the point. Okay, if it makes sense all the way around, then I'm not gonna. Me personally, I'm not gonna shut myself out to it. You know what I'm saying? I understand why other people wouldn't. Like, tradition says, man and wife
tradition?
You know what I'm saying?
What is tradition?
Tradition says that. And if that's how you feel, that's what works for you. I'm not here to combat that at all. I'm just here to introduce another thought. If it works, if this third person that's been introduced into, our relationship, if their energy meets ours, and if they can provide the, whatever aspect to, what we're trying to do, then why not?
Yeah. All right. And since I forgot the second one, I can't even remember what the second one is. Fuck. All right, whatever. So, would you... All right, I got a question, and we'll both answer this.
Oops.
Have you ever thought about being in a polygamous relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Is this something that you would currently do today?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for me, I have thought about being in a polygamous relationship. Yes, for sure. I was definitely interested. Once again, I thought about it for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Today, I would not.
Here's my thing. Fair. Very fair. Here's my thing. I'm not into polygamy so that I can be with multiple people. You know what I'm saying? I'm into polygamy because it feels right, because there's someone that has entered my existing relationship that feels like they're connected to us. And if you don't understand it, you don't understand it. Yep. I'm not just out here, I'm in Atlanta. I'm not just out here fucking you bitches. I'm very particular. I don't give a fuck how bad you are. There are beautiful women
everywhere,
all across this globe. Sorry if you bitches think
you're
the only one.
And you just came from LA.
If you think you're the only one, bitch, sorry. There are beautiful women all across this globe. And my reason for wanting to connect with you is not that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's not from a possessive standpoint. It's not so that I can have you, so that I can own you. It's really not. If it felt like you made sense to be a part of the situation and everybody feels that way, I'm not shutting myself out to that.
Got it.
If it's just me and you, we got a vibe. We got a vibe right now. We got a vibe. Nobody else can penetrate our vibe. It's just me and you.
Yeah.
We on a vibe.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's not for any other reason outside of it making sense.
And it's not to make anybody else feel comfortable or uncomfortable.
Right. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad bitches in the world. Sorry.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's the reason I have switched, because once again, when I was younger, it was oh man, it'd be dope to have two women, you know what I mean, being with two chicks, that'd be cool. And once again, I've tapped into that energy feeling a little bit as of recent. Right. And I started to feel how I feel around certain people and how I don't feel around others. Right? Or how I do feel around others, but in a negative manner. Right? And it's just the thought of trying to figure out something like that would be fucking taxing.
And that goes back to we had a conversation earlier about a colleague of ours who just knew the value or what it meant to share themselves with other people and to be a man in this society who is cautious of whom he's sharing himself with, and not just fucking any. That shit is not lame. If you feel like that's lame, you just need to reevaluate who you have as friends or who you are and what you're allowing to guide your judgment. But sharing your energy for me is a lot. Some niggas find this out
way too late.
Giving yourself to someone and sharing yourself with someone is a lot, bro. Every time you're even not just romantically, every time you're around someone and you're sharing your vibe, niggas make money off of sucking up your energy. Know that. People make money off of gathering your vibes and your energy. Now just imagine you're physically, romantically involved with someone and you're doing that. Like, bro, get a fucking grip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just wake up.
Yep.
Everything works off.
Bigger picture.
Everything works off vibrations. Everything works off you as a person. If you don't even believe in energy and what the fuck I'm saying, the vibration is like just you as a person.
That was me.
You as a person, like things don't happen without you. Imagine that. So just think about it. Like dive a little deeper into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Don't be a sheep. You know, go out here and try to find the answers for yourself. Don't just take what people are saying out here for face value and just applying it. Right. Try to figure out the deeper understanding of it and try to figure those things out.
Right. And if you're just out here loaning yourself, like.
That sounds
loaning yourself out willingly, but it sounds nasty. But that's literally what niggas do.
That's crazy. I never thought about it like that.
Loaning yourself out to whether it's romantically, whether it's business. If you just out here loaning yourself out and you don't have any knowledge behind it, then you're already in a polygamous relationship.
And a lot of niggas
giving yourself away.
And a lot of niggas don't understand that this goes back to, once again, it's not a man and woman or a man and woman type of thing. It's a toxic versus non-toxic type of thing. There's a lot of women out here fucking niggas just to fuck niggas.
Just giving yourself, just loaning
yourself out. Niggas, think about that.
Just loaning yourself.
You're just loaning yourself. That sound nasty.
Now you just got mouths, bitch. You ain't even got no history, no real credit. You just fucking for fucks. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
You just loaning it out. I would rather be in control of who I'm sharing my experiences with. And if I decide to share my experiences with you, yeah, let's make it happen, bitch. Like we made it happen all together. All of us. We made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are just my thoughts behind it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
If you out here doing it unconscious, I would rather be doing it consciously than just out here just loaning myself away. You know what I'm saying? I know right now who I loan myself to. Obviously, my 9 to 5. I'm loaning my energy to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking 40 hours a week.
Boom. I would rather know who I'm loaning my energy out to than just be out here giving it away just for free, nigga. This shit is not for free. A lot of people bag this shit, sauce it, sell it.
Yeah.
Make sure you know who you giving yourself away to. And if it's worth it, place a value on yourself, on your relationships.
I like that.
It means a lot.
You broke that shit down.
Boom, it means a lot.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel about it, bro.
Yeah,
Make sure you share your energy wisely. That's all.
Hey. Don't loan yourself out here, niggas.
Don't be no loner. Don't be no loaning ass nigga just out here giving yourself away.
Nigga, you not a lease. Nigga, you not a bought ass car. You a lease.
But you know what? If you haven't placed the value on yourself, and if you don't realize that you are worth a certain whatever it is, you just gonna be out here.
Yeah, you gotta reevaluate your life.
Loaning yourself out.
Yeah.
Old lint ass nigga.
Old lint ass. God. You don't want to be a lint ass nigga.
Don't be no lint ass nigga.
Don't be no lint ass nigga. Damn, that make it. You just making it sound so bad. It is bad, but damn, it's just like cutting deep, like to the point where it's like opening up wounds. Like
that's it. It's a great song.
You opened up some wounds for niggas right now.
I'm just saying, don't be no lint ass nigga. Don't be no for everybody ass motherfucker. When people speak about you, like make sure they speak about you in a certain light. Like, don't you want it? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We've all been through things. We've all been subjected to things. We've all been through trauma. We're going through trauma. We're experiencing it. We're living with it every day. But just make sure, like, you have a standard. You know what I'm saying? You place a value on yourself.
You said you want what? People to talk about you what? You said you want people to talk about us in a certain light?
Hell yeah. I want you to speak highly of me.
And you know what I want you motherfuckers to talk about? I want you to talk about this Unsolicited Culture podcast in the wrap of this episode.
Ooh,
all right?
I like that. What episode is this?
This is episode 12.
Ooh.
All right, we out here. We getting into the double digits. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I've like realized in reality. Like I've been doing my in part of starting a podcast. I've been doing my research on podcasts and just different things, and then I'm like, damn, we only on episode 12. Niggas is on episode 100. What? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Episode 12, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
We out here.
We out here.
We out here. Unsolicited culture for sure.
Yeah, so like us, subscribe to us,
share it,
follow us,
comment,
share it,
all of it,
comment.
If you don't,
all of it.
Fuck boy.
If you don't, you a fuck boy and you a lint ass nigga.
Stop loaning yourself out for free.
Not lint.
Danny. You
lint.
know what I'm saying?
You a loner, my nigga.
What you get from the last interaction? Was it for free or what?
Exactly.
You know I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I can back that because I feel like even this experience, bro, like what we do together, we invest in something. You know what I'm saying? We invest in, like our podcast, our brand, our time, our energy, whatever it is, we are investing. Even now, even under this fucking worldwide crisis, who the fuck knows? I don't know where we're gonna be.
Yeah.
I can only put out great vibes.
Yep.
Because I want to be in a good position at the end of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But like, I know what I want to invest my time. I know what I'm investing my time in. I know like the outcome of the things that I've invested my time in. I know who I'm investing my time in with. Just make sure you put a value on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And 100% to me, like we were talking about like earlier, we did a live and you know what I mean? We're like, oh, we got a few viewers. I'm like, man, I only need one. I mean, this shit makes me feel good. It makes me feel good to get these things out and have these conversations. So I like just doing these types of things. Like, it's like I'm not going to, stray away from this. I fuck with this. I want to be around this. I want to do this. So I did, brave that storm of, coming out in this
from LA,
goofy shit, having to sit on a plane with gloves and a motherfucking mask on. But I'm going to do it because this is what I want to do. This is where I want to go with my life. I want to open up this platform, and, hopefully people understand that and acknowledge what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people shutting down a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
That we're doing this. So.
But I can only hope that you guys are feeling like faith in this time. I hope that you are feeling courageous in this time. I hope that you are feeling triumphant, that you are overcoming whatever obstacles that have been presented from now until the point that you hear this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's all love. It's all in support of you making the best decision, and you knowing like, your worth and your value. Again, Unsolicited Culture Podcast. This is me, your girl, INFY. I don't know how many times I'm going to spell it out for these people. Sure. You better say it the right way. It's Infy.
So excited. I don't have that much energy. It is Reese, and we are out this bitch.
Yeah, love. Peace.
Peace.